representing Makueni County. He'll join us at 7. Leo Wamudende is the Member of Parliament from Bere North. Just about 3 months old into that position, but they're just both going to join us today, and we're going to be looking at a national political outlook, which way Kenya. Gentlemen will join us at 7. At 8 o'clock, Exen Iraqi is an economics analyst, I beg your pardon, an lecturer at the University of Nairobi. Bilokero is a political economist. He was former Shadow Minister of Finance. We're going to be looking at auditing Kenya's national debt. It's a big issue. Transparency, priorities, and the 10-point agenda. We'll look at those. And there's 3 days to go, folks. The 7th of March promises to be an interesting one where they tell us whether they've achieved or not. We'll be looking at the economy today as one of those 10 points, and we'll talk about some of those issues this morning. So, karibuni sana. And as we get into that, you join into those conversations with us. Our final conversation today will be a conversation that we had a couple of days ago with Leonard Mark, who is the CEO of ZEPS. And we're going to be looking at Beyond Remittance, a smarter way to move and manage money. So that conversation then happens at 9 o'clock. Karibu sana. This is the Situation Room. It's Kenya's biggest conversation. Getting into it this Tuesday morning. And even as we get into this, we're very happy that you join us. Ndu, Dennis, and Kevin Osido with us today as we start these conversations. Thank you. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And as you get into it this morning, don't forget to click in. Our audience on KTN, Karibu Sana. As you tune in around the country, the region, and the world, let's get into the conversations that we must have, we need to have, and that if we don't have, we're going lower instead of going higher. Asante Sana. And where have you taken us?
Central African Republic, also known as CAR. Others call it CAR. Right? It's a resource nation, yeah? And often ranked among the world's poorest countries due to chronic political instability and conflict. But that notwithstanding, right? It is a country that is rich in diamonds, gold, and uranium. Why do I bring uranium and
I don't
pause
know.
there?
Let's go. Why did you
Because
pause?
think about Iran, US, Israel, and the production of nuclear power. And one then asks, if that is one resource that is making the world go berserk today, then how is it that the country is considered one of the poorest in the world if they have the things that everyone is fighting for?
Indeed.
Diamond, gold, and uranium. Right? But the proverb that I get from them today, if you think you have someone eating out of your hand, it's a good idea to count your fingers.
Oh my God.
If you think you have someone eating out of your hand, it's a good idea to count your fingers. Osido, how would you interpret it?
Wow. Reminds me of another proverb or a saying that goes, is a bird dead or alive? So you have a bird in your hands, and when they say it's alive, it's alive. It's dead, you easily squeeze it. So it basically, in my view, looks like an opportunity that you have to serve others and what they expect from you. And that your hands is a platform, or your hands are the platform that they therefore have to get the service. The choice is yours to serve or not to serve. Might really resonate well with the political class. You've been elected because you said you do so many nice things. You are there. Ultimately, at the end of your term, we get nothing, we see nothing.
Baby girl.
Well, I think about the phrase eating out of your hands, essentially, is that you're getting this other person to do exactly what you want, when you want, and that they're essentially at your beck and call. But then people are not stupid, and that they may pretend. Because I think about being in old Pejeta, and we saw this bird. This bird, it's natural. So it lays its eggs at the side of the road, right? And so when you see this bird, you're actually drawn to it because it's really cute. So you want to come to it. So it draws you in because of how it looks. But then at some point, it will pretend like it's got a broken wing. So, and it moves further away from you because what it's trying to do is to take you away from its nest. And so the closer you come to it, and then it flies away. It actually pretends like it's broken its wing. So it essentially has you eating out of its hand. It's fooling you, but you don't realize. So I think it's also for us to also be careful that this person that you think you have control over could actually be doing what they need to do in the moment to get what they need. And you might lose a finger in the process.
Don't be overconfident. The person you think that you're taking
have control
care of
over
is actually taking advantage of you.
exactly.
Before you know it, you had 5. Now you have 3, 2
Yes.
gone.
Gone.
So you can't normally you can't then go back and say you're able to do the things you were able to do before because you missed 2 fingers.
Exactly.
Different interpretation, but that's the beauty of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Great.
All right, so let's say a very good morning to everybody today as we get into things. As you're tuned in, our live streams are up. Very good morning from Mombasa. We live in a world where our joy gives people problems and your problems gives them joy. So be careful who you call your friends. Kiaria Peter, a very good morning to you. Robert Tobago is tuned in from Mombasa this morning. Joseph Okondo says, good morning, Ndwana Seto, tuned in from Tudo in Mombasa. And Don Sabo says, good morning, Ndwana Seto. With Operation Epic Fury ongoing, guess what will happen to oil price exchange rates in the unmentioned internal conflicts in Africa? Well, we've already seen that oil prices are up 12%, and that was just in 3 days. So we're likely to see an increase in that, especially when you're dealing in a belt whereby, a lot of the oil producers they're right there, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, in the very same space. Rose Gray says, good morning from Manera. Aseto and Ndu continue doing a good job. Asante Sana. Leo says, hello, Aseto. How's Princess Ndu doing?
How are you doing, Princess?
I'm okay.
Thank you.
Is it a curse of failure to plan? When it rains, government starts evacuation plan, but for the Tana Belt region, when there's sun, it's drought. I guess just looking at that whole failure to plan kind of thing. Tibbs Muga says, good morning, Spice FM team. Good morning to you. Raim Tula Omar says, good morning from Preston in the UK. I think the president should have called for peace and diplomacy instead of condemning Iran while us and Israel while the US, and put these things in capital letters, while the US and Israel started the war. I'm just saying to help us a little bit. Well, I don't know. I don't think any of these things are a mistake. I think that diplomatic messages are very well thought out. It's not just somebody waking up and saying, well, we condemn whatever. There has been discussion around it. There has been, what position is Kenya taking? By the time the president puts out a statement, that's the position Kenya has taken. It's not just the president sitting and saying, I think that I should say that. No. It's been thought out. And whatever the policy at that point is going to be, that is what the statement is going to reflect. So, yep. Good morning, Ndu and Aseto, says Jimmy. We know they have a good show. Say hi to Kevin as well.
Asante, thank you.
Dr. Venvic says, kindly wish my son a happy birthday. He turned 7. 7 is a perfect number, is it not? A very happy birthday to you. And may you have many, many more. His name is Noel. Was he born on Christmas Day? Noel and Noella. Those are, why are you looking at me? You should have been called Emmanuel. These ones. Tibbs Muge says, BRICS anytime soon. Well, it will be interesting to see what BRICS does in terms of making a statement around all of this. Raim Tula Omar says, glad to see you back. And thank you very much. Welcome, Kevin Osido. Bernard Nyaberry says, hello, cousins. Hello. Good day to you. Hope you're doing well. Ian Jomo is tuned in this morning from Malava in Kakamega County. Nashan Gogi says, bonjour, Princess Ndu. Bonjour. And Dennis, someone tell Kim Jong-un, someone said rather, that is that one kid with many toys and no one wants to play with him. Let's continue to pray for world peace. Yes, please, let's. Raim Tula Omar says, Ndu, what beef do Nigerians have with Kemi Badenoch? Well, there's a whole list, but let's start from here. That Kemi Badenoch, from her name, is an immigrant into the UK. And whether she went when she was 3 months old or whether she went when she was 3 or 30 doesn't really matter. But what she's done is that she's been suggesting quite a number of requirements, regulations that would essentially stop Nigerians from getting into the UK. Forgetting, and the beef with her is forgetting that she herself is an immigrant. So how did she get there? Because she obviously wanted to go and do something better with her life or whatever. Whether it was her family members, whether it was her parents who did this for her, she still moved. So now when getting there, she realized, this life is sweet. I don't want anybody else to come and no. So Nigerians are saying, excuse me, miss. How did you get there yourself? That's the primary beef. All these other things. And then, of course, I guess her manner is a very patronizing way of talking that people just don't like it. She,
Can I give a solution?
She rubs people the wrong way.
Can I give a solution to her? if you think you have someone eating out of your hands, it's a good idea to count your fingers.
Yeah.
Can be bad enough. Watch this. Because, yeah. She forgot how she got
Yeah,
there.
she got there.
Exactly. People want to see Joylene. Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Vintage Oak says, hi, all set for the show. Ndu, missed you. Thank you so much. Great, you're well. I'm doing better. Thank you so much. He said, Daniel is tuning in this morning. Mibe Kiprono says, where were Ndu? Where were you, Jana? Ooh, sorry. Good morning from Kericho. So I'm here now. Why have nuclear weapons and deny others from having them? Either you let them have the nukes or nobody have them at all. You know what? I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Let nobody deceive you that the US doesn't have nuclear weapons.
They do.
But then now you want to stop other people from having them so that they don't pose a threat to you. If the world is played like Monopoly, the US is the one with the biggest stain on there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because what? Of course, wars are more intricate in terms of detail, what's happening. But that as an overall objective, no. You can't say, well, you can't have them because you might hit us. You have them as well.
And then even when you talk about that in world history, there's only one country who has ever used a nuke on another country, and that's the United States. If there is anyone who's supposed not to have nukes, is the person who's used them. Right?
Let's be honest about some things. Yeah. People are still dealing with the issues of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Come on. Still till today.
Yeah. So the person who's actually dropped it for the world to say never again should not have them.
You know, when you talk about world peace, I wonder what kind of conversations happen at the UN, particularly at the Security Council. Of course, ceteris paribus, the concerns around who has veto power, who doesn't have, and those who are, affiliated, etc. But really, in terms of implementation of those policies and decisions, who really wields world power?
He who pays the piper.
Yeah, and can we be honest?
Yeah.
That the United Nations, after the League of Nations came together in 1914, and then after the Second World War, the United Nations came. It was a club of folks who had some cash and wanted to rebuild Western Europe. That's how it started. Yeah. So you think you're going to come and get veto power in their club?
Well, yeah.
Let's be honest about some of these things.
Yeah.
But I could go on for days. But we can't stop there because we don't have days. We only have a few minutes to say a very good morning to Young Jedi. Good morning. Glad to have you back. And thank you so much. I said to held the fort. Apere maua. Unataka maua?
But I love flowers.
You do?
I do love flowers.
I
do love flowers.
things
Please make sure there is some lavender in there.
Okay.
Some red roses.
Got you.
Some white lilies.
You know I'll do it. Don't
Please
play with me. They don't dare me where I come from. Kabisa. Good morning, Team Spice. Tuning from Chile Kigali is Michael Olande this morning. Good to have you in the room. Bob Akoko is tuned in this morning from Kendu Bay, Kanyasoro Dalawa. Okay.
Kindu Bay Dalawa Kanyasoro.
Very nice song.
Oh, it's a song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sung by, is it Osito Kale?
Osito Kale.
Yeah, Osito Kale.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Your name's almost Osido.
Okay.
Osito is Kale.
Yeah.
Osito Kale.
Noah Kazunguke says, good morning, Dan and Nduk. I'm not quite sure who Dan is, but we'll go with Dennis. All right. Raimtula Omar, we see you. Give them an inch and they take a mile. There you go. Glad to have you back, Princess. Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you so much. Good morning, my great people. Always listening to the show is Ras Kadur. Ndu Akof. Hey, God. Okay, so. Get well, Princess. Royal physician amekupatia brufen. Take it out on that Nkulaji wa O2.
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Mtuflani, good morning. I'm telling you, it was crazy. You guys, I cried like a baby. But anyway.
You still haven't gotten it, right?
I haven't gotten it. I'm going to skip it because I'm
when
seeing,
you go on the break.
I'm seeing it could go somewhere that 629 will not allow us. I'm seeing it could go somewhere. Washoga Toto, good morning to you. Happy to see you up and getting better. Thank you so much. Luhimbo, good morning. Tuned in from Dar, you are. Thank you so much. Conversations are really uncomfortable and conscious awakening. Asante sana. We have to do it sometimes. Now, Penda sana kila mtu is Caroline Nyambura tuned in this morning. Thank you so much. Karibu sana, thank you. And thanks for the recovery. We're doing okay. Kisumu Nyahera Dago Chiro is listening. Rashid Huma, good morning to you. And a good morning from Abu Dhabi. Some scary times, but we're counting our blessings. And this is Maxio Pondo. Nkulaji walks in Pale KNH before name change. Sam Tuflani. Tuflani's okay. Very good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us in the room. And so just continuing our conversations as we have them. Always very lovely to then connect with you in the mornings as we get into these conversations. Thank you for keeping it here. So we're going to take a break at this point. We're going to come back and look into the newspapers. This is a Situation Room at 6:30. Thank you for keeping here this morning. Ndu, Kevin and Dennis with you. We'll come back and look into what the headlines are saying after this break. 6:30, don't go away.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ndugu zangu Waislamu na wanitazama. Tunapoadhimisha mwezi mtukufu wa Ramadhan, nawatakia Ramadhani yenye kheri na baraka tele. Na kama anavyotuamrisha Mwenyezi Mungu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala kwenye Qur'an tukufu akisema, enyi mlioamini mmefaradhishiwa saum kama walivyofaradhishiwa waliokuwa kabla yenu ili mupate kuwa wacha Mungu. Naomba Mwenyezi Mungu ajalie mwezi huu mtukufu wa Ramadhan iwe yenye takwa tele, baraka tele na mshikamano kwa jamii ya Waislamu. Ramadhan Mubarak.
In a world drowning in half-truths, in whispers that masquerade as facts, how do you find the real story? You cut through the noise, you demand clarity. For decades, the Standard and the Standard e-paper have been Kenya's unwavering heartbeat. It is judged every word, every angle, bold enough to challenge and reveal factual above all else. But the truth isn't static. It evolves in every moment, and so do we. Presenting the Standard all-in-one app, your direct portal to real-time news, curated entertainment, and premium content. From the unfiltered truth of breaking stories to the depth of our exclusive investigations. From powerful podcasts that challenge perspectives to the complete e-paper experience in your hands. This isn't just an app. It's your daily dose of pride in Kenyan journalism. It is the trust you deserve. Don't just hear news. Understand it. Live it. Download the Standard all-in-one app today. Be part of something bigger. The Standard. For generations, Kenya's unwavering voice. Judged, bold, factual.
Stronger guy, faster guy, younger guy.
3 of Toulouse. Got a handy enough win here.
Big man in the middle. Fernando Manjada trying to stay relaxed.
All snakes live in the jungle because some are found in the comfort of your home.
Are you really getting married?
This is the first time I love this way. You know that.
This is the first time in a long time I've seen her this happy.
I won't let my relationship with your mother be ruined.
A second chance at love and a happy family will be shattered. A newfound love is ruined once more.
My name is Stella, your husband's daughter. Daddy, what took you so long? Just a kiss?
What else do you want?
Who is this girl who claims to be his daughter?
I saw your stepdad and Stella last night. They entered the same room.
Is it wrong for a daughter to hug her daddy? Can I not be clingy with you?
Broken promise.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Nobody can get in. You've put up all your security, whatever, and then they start writing like in mist on the mirror. There is someone in the house.
Yeah.
Adani never left.
No.
Or it's like the guys who robbed the bank and then they look for them everywhere. They were in the basement, inside man. This one, exactly what's going on. I'm telling you, Kenya could be a movie. Yeah. Adani's knocking again. What do we hear from Benson Oduopar, who is a KAA lawyer? The current orders issued have perpetually limited my client KAA and most especially Adani Group, since we intend to initiate a fresh process for the redevelopment of the airport, like they never left. Tony Gashaka, who was here, activist, telling us that, they're going to make sure that they pop the lid on this thing. What's clear is that Ruto's government is looking for any illegal path void of public participation. A conservatory order has been issued by the High Court, is a 360-degree protection of the JKIA from Adani or from any other party touching our airport. The headline goes this way. One of the stormiest issues that shook the Ruto administration in the aftermath of the Gen Z protest nearly 2 years ago was the plan to lease a key national asset, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, to controversial billionaire Gautam Adani, under the guise of upgrading it. Now, days after a fresh court session on the matter, members of the opposition claim state operators are hunting for legal loopholes to quietly push Adani back into the deal on JKIA. Conspiracy
theorists.
Thank you very much. Those guys would tell you that somebody must have put money somewhere. And if you're not going to get bang for your buck, the guys are not going to leave quietly. So you have to find a way to make sure that they complete the deal. Now, they say, oh, be careful, you never know because court. Look, there's something rotting in the land of Denmark. This one, I keep saying, something that keeps coming back. You have to ask yourself, what's going on here? Because, if you want to build airports, the people said no. Come and go now. Come and go. I'm sure there are other countries where you can build something, but this one, the guy has not gone. So, my conspiracy theory in my head would be, is it possible that somebody gave some shillings somewhere in order to have this thing go through? And then now that it didn't go through, I would then be demanding for my shillings back. But you are not able to do that because you've done what? You have spent the money.
Cooler.
So it's not possible for me to go. Either you give me airport or you give me money.
I have friends who ask, what is your own?
What's your own?
Yeah, what's in it for you?
Exactly.
Why must it be?
That's what I'm saying, because Shebi, that's what you do. You are in the business like me now. I can speak publicly. If I come and I say, please let me speak at your event, and you say, no, we don't want you. Shebi is for me to carry and go and go.
Guys. Illegal.
My friends, it stinks of that. It stinks of it. You can't just tell one guy is just insisting and it has to be this guy.
Why don't they give us a copy of the contract that they actually signed between Kenya and Adani?
You know why?
We want to see that contract to understand the intricacies as to why Adani is still here.
You know why they can't give you?
Why?
Because they used to say, when wind blow, foul nyash go show.
Hey.
Thank you. That's just one of the headlines. We've not even gotten to page 2. But let me do that. And then we'll come and look at the story into detail. Zimbabwe, Zambia now reject U.S. health funding deal over data fears. Remember that deal when they came and said, oh, give us your data, we're going to give you some billions of shillings? Zambia and Zimbabwe said, this train, we are like Miguna. We are not what?
Boarding.
Thanks. We're not doing it. Not today, not ever. So if others are saying over data fears, Kenya, knock, knock. Badi is telling us something that he thought the rest of you did not know. Kenya's elections are the most expensive in the world. Hello? Hello?
You knew.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Oh. You just had a eureka moment.
Just
Okay.
juicy too. She just told us that.
Maybe it's because IBC have asked for some more money and they don't have, so then
They realize
work with
it's
40
expensive.
billion. We don't have 20 billion.
Yeah. So we've just decided to let you know.
Yeah.
In case you didn't.
And it's expensive. Are there solutions though? Are we exploring solutions that would make our elections
There are solutions,
cheaper?
but we're not exploring them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is information one would say
are.
is useless.
One of those is, of course, the campaign financing bill, which for years we have failed to pass. Security features in our ballot boxes. The last ones, by the way.
A guy in our
had
server just
11.
hanging out. Hi, here.
Or Smartmatic, you mean? Oh,
That guy, Jose.
Jose.
You know, there's a guy. You know how? I swear. Those movies where there's an old house, you think this one has been abandoned.
Yeah.
Somebody now starts cleaning it up and then somebody just emerges from the basement.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Just here.
Who told you this place is vacant?
That's Camargo.
Talk up.
That's Camargo for you. Somebody said I should pronounce constitutionality. I can do it. It's just that my tongue and my teeth were not operating properly
Let's
before.
tell you what. Even if you can't. Why are you struggling?
Constitutionality. Constitutionalism. All right. Athletes lose bid to stop doping ban. Court sends case to tribunal. Why would you want to stop a doping ban? I think that if you're going to put people out with this, because there are people who work to the bone to train extremely hard. That's why you get this phrase like the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Because they put in blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Their bodies are altered for life.
True.
They do everything they can to actually be the greatest of all time. Then you want to go and take a drug that's going to enhance you to be on the same level as them. No.
This is what I suggest, those who are opposing the ban, why don't they have a sport for those who are doping? Then they compete among themselves. So all you need to do is to just see how many milligrams. If you're using 200,
Guys, for
every
200,
this is your lane. People for 50, this is your lane. Those who are clean, please go to Olympics, World Cup.
You see that thing that you people used to eat during iftar?
Yes.
When Ramadan is over, continue eating.
eating.
Because you've been dropping some serious. You just got under money. Can't just be behaving anyhow. We'll look at that story on page 4 and 5 about this Adani thing. Black box data expected to shed light on deadly chopper crash. That was very hard to see. Of course, it would be great to get that black box information and see exactly what happened. Please, excuse me. Those people who are doing investigations, we're asking you in the name of God. Please just be doing this thing and be finding out exactly what. Too many people have died. Did they not also tell us that they will tell us what happened with General Ogola's plane, chopper? Till today, have they told us what happened?
True.
No.
You could actually even go back to when was it Saitoti when they went down? Yeah. We still don't have that.
Kayseri.
Kayseri.
If you open your mouth and say we're doing it, it's not a sexy thing to say.
It's not.
Don't say, we're gonna do an investigation so that you can appease people. No. Actually do them, because these are people who have died. Yeah, we need to know so that you at least calm down the hearts of those who've lost their beloved, and then also have a thing in place so that you can protect people who might be in that situation tomorrow.
True.
Don't come and tell us you're doing investigations if you plan not to do them. You'd rather shut up.
And one would even go further to just wait and look at the inventory we have in the country in terms of planes that are flying to see which one is outdated. Are we able to repair them? Which ones you're getting off the market? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Edwin Sifuna, who is the senator of Kenya, is a senator in the Republic of Kenya, representing the county of Nairobi, has said ODM Ruto Pact will send the party straight to the opposition. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll look into that.
That is
detail. Israel hits Hezbollah in Lebanon as Iran war spreads region-wide. Of course, we saw those horrible attacks in Lebanon yesterday. I spoke to a friend of mine, Gina Sarkis, who is in Beirut, and it actually doesn't look very good at the moment. Iran fires back as Ruto condemns missile attacks in the Middle East, and of course, taking positions already. So, Mtuflani, there's your story. MPs probe KNH over idle 453 million shilling oxygen facility. My God. It's interesting that Leo Amudende is coming in at 7 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Was he not the one who was supposed to have... I'm just asking. Should I keep quiet?
Just ask.
Should I shut up? Is it too early?
You're supposed to be the one who
was providing this thing.
Supplied, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Ilikuwa supply hewa, naka supply hewa.
He is coming.
I'm sure. Based on the reports.
I'm sure he's listening, so he'll give
That's
us.
That's why I said, let me just shut up.
He'll give us a response.
Wala la la la. Dennis Asetro. Me, I don't know what's going on with you, man, but okay. Linturi spills the beans, literally, and he says, we raised 100 million shillings to topple Mwangaza. Mulipata wapi 100 million shillings. Muli bribe. Hey, Linturi, bwana vitu zingine Yeah. Okay.
Mulitoa 100 million.
So I wonder, to remove somebody from an elected office, surely. What's the constitutionality of that?
Just raised 100 million to impeach a governor.
Imagine. Sasa ulipewa nani?
I know. Okay, you raised it so that what happens? Because one expects that the impeachment process is based on evidence that have been gathered in the county. So then, can all the county assembly members tell us if they saw 100 million shillings?
Or the senators tell us.
Yeah.
Senators are the ones who said, come and go home.
Hey.
But I think it really speaks some deep political undertones, because this is a governor who is a lady.
Yeah.
And ran on an independent ticket.
Yeah.
And you raise 100 million plus
to get rid of
her and your men.
So we can confidently say today, correct me if I'm wrong, that the impeachment exercise that took place in Meru County did not follow the law.
Absolutely.
Simply because there was money involved, money exchanged hands, and that the lady was actually sent home simply because some people didn't want her in office.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Says a lot about the impeachment that we see.
It's very, very scary.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, things that set precedent, if they're lawyers who listen, they would tell us, things that set precedent mean that if something like this comes out in the open, that you can use actually one case to either prove or disprove another.
Yeah.
I hope Rigathi Gachagua is not listening. I know. Sorry. Because maybe it's possible even yours.
How much did we raise?
His matter is still alive.
Yeah, but you guys thought you had killed it. You had not, my friend. It was very possible that somebody would stand up and say, if this is a practice, after all, then we need to relook into my issue.
Yeah.
Thought it would be fun. Don't you think it would? Guys, wouldn't it be so fun right now if Rigathi Gachagua came back as deputy president right now?
I know.
With the way things are going, I can be happy.
Because another thing that you can be sure of, right, is with the way things are going, we might actually not get the numbers to vote him out.
Where?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Fire, see fire.
Fire, see fire. Okay. I need to behave myself.
Okay. Mbona unanyonga sauti?
Bana, you know me, I want to sleep in my house today.
Okay.
Okay, pick a story. Tell us, what are you seeing?
So let's look at these Adani guys who are knocking, and that is on page 4 and page 5, where Adani plots a comeback months after losing first round of 258 billion shillings airport deal. After months of unrelenting public outcry and following an indictment of Gautam Adani by the United States in a massive bribery and fraud scheme, President William Ruto in November 2024 dropped the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport deal like a hot potato. But as David Odongo writes, Kenyans have not seen the last of the man and the plan. Now, the Kenya Airports Authority last week unveiled a sweeping 20-year blueprint for the transformation of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, but the ambitious plan has revived concerns that the controversial Adani Group could be cycling the country's aviation asset through the back door. The JKIA Master Plan 2025-2045 outlines a multi-billion shillings upgrade that will increase the airport's annual passenger handling capacity from 7.5 million to 12 million in its initial phase, with ultimate capacity targeting 22 million passengers. Now, according to documents seen by the Standard, the project will be implemented in 2 phases. The first involving construction of a new terminal capable of handling 10 million passengers annually, followed by a second phase expansion to accommodate 15 million passengers. The redesign, developed with the global infrastructure consultancy Sidara, introduces an X-shaped terminal layout featuring 4 piers and central processing hall. And critically, a second full-length runway to end JKIA's risky dependence on its single fatigued 6/24 runway. Sawa, but the master plan bears a striking resemblance to the proposal tabled by India's Adani group before President William Ruto cancelled the controversial 258 billion shillings concession in November 2024 following public outcry and a high court challenge. Now, the deal would have seen Adani build a second runway and new terminal in exchange for a 30-year operating lease. Sources familiar with the negotiation have told the Standard that although Adani will not be directly involved this time, plans are afoot to nominate proxy companies to handle the expansion. Need I continue?
You know what I think? I think that construction and development of a new airport with all of these fancy bells and whistles that they're talking about is a good thing. I do think that you need to modernize JKIA a little bit.
True.
I think that you need more space because the Nairobi is an African hub. You need to have a better airport. I think you do. What I think you don't need is that you don't need a company who has come in with all the undertones of perhaps, please mark my words, of perhaps an alleged bribing to be given the contract. I think it should be open. You don't get, because of this thing called the Constitution, you don't get carte blanche when it comes to just saying, well, I think this guy can do it, and let me see what my bank account looks like after I propose him. No, you don't get to do that because of the Constitution. So whereas it is a necessary thing, what you cannot do is to decide that your pal, for whatever reason, is the guy to do it. That you should make it fair across board. The most economically and commercially viable option is what you select to do it. Simple.
We don't need a new airport. That's a fact. For what JKIA has done over time, it has been overtaken by events. We need a new airport. There is only a problem with the process within which anyone is being given the contracts to do the job, right? Because even one asked the question, if it's a new company altogether that is coming in with a refreshed, zhuzhed up project or plan, what are the odds that what they're presenting on the table is similar to that which Adani had presented? It can't be that Ndu Oko and daughter and sons company is similar to a conglomerate of Assetto and Osido company with the same plan, including implementation matrix.
How dumb do you think people are?
No.
Come on.
And especially because on the background is also stories of what issues have been raised by the same company in other countries, around similar mega, projects. And so concerns around just their due diligence. Tell us who these people are. Why are other, friends of Kenya in other jurisdictions raising concerns? How are we dealing with the risks that are related to those concerns? Transparency issues, and we have, as you mentioned, the Constitution. We have laws that support the Constitution, like Public Finance Management Act, that really talks about issues around procurement. We have a whole law on procurement and disposal of assets. What does that law say, particularly around procurement of service providers? So why Adani? And then 2 years down the line, must it be you? What's in it for you?
I mean, another question would be, with all the engineers that we do have, around 3,000 that are registered in the country, with many more that have not been registered, I ask the question again, is it that our engineers in the country cannot be trusted to build us a new airport?
Some of those are putting up our stadia all over.
Exactly. If they can, why are we not giving them an opportunity? Why don't we advertise it locally to see what Kenyans can do, what Kenyans can offer, and how they can work together with the government of Kenya to deliver on the same? We need not to go outside. I believe our own local problems must be handled by local people.
Yeah. And then one of those things I think that was raised in the courts, rather by the courts, was public participation. Why do you want to lock out Kenyans from this particular process? Just allow them to speak, provide information, the documentation, let people read, interact with it, and it's the same way we see, whether cosmetic or not, but give people an opportunity to speak and listen to them, and then you can decide.
Yeah, you'd be shocked at the proposals that Kenyans would give you, because then again, remember the taxes that we give out here. Kenyans themselves would tell you how to use the taxes that they already gave you to construct that airport. Because remember, we are constructing that airport in phases. There's phase 1 that is to handle 10 million. Another phase is to handle 15 million people. And during those phases, Kenyans can give you a solution if you just give them an opportunity to talk to you, to speak to you.
It is. Anyway. Mr. City, you want to give us a story before we get to the top of the hour?
You want to look at this ODM one?
Look at it.
Okay. Sifuna. He is saying in page 8 of the Bold newspaper Standard, ODM Ruto Pact will send party, quote, straight to the opposition, end of quote. And so Mheshimiwa Sifuna, embattled ODM Secretary General, has warned that the coalition between ODM and President William Ruto will send the party back to opposition and not to power. The warning, delivered during a television interview yesterday, came barely 24 hours after ODM party leader Oburu Odinga stood before supporters at Poster Grounds in Migori on Sunday and declared that the party had authorized him to open formal coalition talks with Ruto's United Democratic Alliance ahead of 2027 general election. And so there's a quote there by Sifuna. The surest path for ODM to find itself back in opposition is to join William Ruto. I believe he is going home. Do you believe he's going home?
Tunataka power.
So you can read that story on page 8 of the Standard.
Well, I think it's still very interesting times ahead.
And
just because of politics, the volatility of such situations is that anything can happen anytime. Look, by the end of today, things could shift dramatically. And also because we already have a recipe for it, where people are already saying certain things, that they're already very hard and fast undertones about who might do what when, Because you don't know, you can't have the thing is that you can't have a hard, fast opinion over something for which the ingredients are not sure. You know how you know that if you're going to bake a cake, you know you need flour, eggs, sugar, whatever, and you know that you put it in, you get a cake. With this politics, my friend, it could be one person today, somebody in January. Did you know that Edwin Sifuna was going to be standing where he is in this position today?
Right.
You had no idea.
Right.
So it's even the people who are saying to Nataka Power, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yesterday I was at a meeting early in the morning, 6 to 9 a.m. And the discussion there was voter registration. So we were crunching numbers of one of a certain region in this country. And interestingly, the numbers as much as Tunataka Power were not adding up. Because one, you have expected people who are supposed to be voting and have not been voting because they don't have voters' cards. But that is not even the issue. The issue is that for you to get a voter's card, you must acquire a national identification card. And so the politicians, some of them in the room were like, serikali nafanya nini? But you see, we flipped this question back to them and asked, you who want power, what are you doing about it? What are you doing to motivate people to go out there and vote? So coalition building, conversations, negotiations, and who is being sent to go and talk to who. Ultimately, the process is that you must have the numbers. And the numbers are gotten out of a process called voter registration. And for you to register, for you to vote, you must register. For you to register, you must get an ID card. So people must go out there. Don't just listen to Tunataka Power. Go and get your ID.
I reckon the people who really want to come back, I don't think they would really push for Kenyans to get their ID right now. It would not be a conversation for them because they know the volatility that is there on ground. And the last thing they want is numbers that would highly likely vote them out. So I don't expect them to, like in these rooms, they will say, what is the government doing? Question is, you are in the National Assembly, you are in the Senate. From a policy point of view and as an oversight body, what are you doing to oversight those who should give Kenyans IDs? They know what they need to do, but they're not doing it.
Indeed. I just thought about that as you were saying this, and I think that there is a deliberate attempt to suppress. There's voter suppression that's happening at the moment because it seems very obvious to me that if you know you want people to come out and register, one of the prerequisites to that is to have an ID. Now, if you're not allowing people to get IDs, because we have, even if we just take from KCSC last year, and there are over a million now new 18-year-olds who have a right to vote, and you're not giving them that opportunity to do so. What are you doing? That whether you open your mouth and call it what it is, it's voter suppression.
True.
So if you're not giving them what they need to do to get it done, you're suppressing the vote, my friends.
Yes.
So let's just call it for what it is.
Yeah. I'm hoping to do that probably even as we call out this, that there would be a reporting mechanism for those who have applied and have gone beyond the waiting period.
Let me dash your hopes, Kev.
Please do.
There won't be.
But that's why it's a hope.
Okay, that's why it's a hope. It can remain a hope. Sour. We continue hoping. Good morning, 7 a.m.
The latest news from around the world. 94.4 Spice FM. This is the Situation Room. The only way to start your day.